Hello, this is Ms. Epperson. I am your instructor for your personality development class. I'm going to go over a few things verbally so that it hopefully makes better sense and you get an idea of my voice and where I'm coming from as far as your assignments and stuff and what the expectations are. So I'll be going back and forth from the video to my computer to go over what your syllabus says and what the daily content is. Make sure you go over the introduction and the welcome so that you have my Google phone number where you can call or text me. I only ask that you give me about a 24-hour notice or 24-hour grace period to return your call because I do have another job. But if it goes over 24 hours, then don't be afraid to go ahead and call back or text again and say, did you see mine? Because sometimes if I see it, I will always return it within 24 hours and usually much less than 24 hours. So if it goes over that, it may have been that I saw it like while I was driving. I thought, oh, right when I get home, I need to check on that grade or I need to check on and see what they were referring to on the computer or something like that. And then, now the text has been seen and I may forget to go back. That would be the only time. I'm usually really good about communication. So if I haven't gotten back in touch with you in 24 hours, please do not be afraid and think that you're bugging me or anything like that. Go ahead and say, did you see that text or did you see my message? It's been 24 hours and just letting you know. And that's fine because I'm asking you to go ahead and do that because I never want you guys stressing out about something for extended periods of time. So I try to address everything very quickly. All right, so as far as the class and the syllabus, it's a great class. It's a fun class. I'm going to go into the course resources on D2L, and I'm pulling up the syllabus at this time. So on personality development, Psych 4803, you have your required reading, which is the 10th edition of the personality book by Jerry Berger. So that will be crucial. Your discussions are worth 200 points, assignments 275. Your synthesis project is 325 with the quizzes equaling 200. What I want you to make sure you're doing, whether it's the discussion or your assignments, I want you to get in the frame of mind of anytime there's an assignment, I want you to think, what can I put in my paper to show Ms. Epperson what I have learned from these 3 chapters this week, for example, because week 1 is chapter 1, 2, and 3. So in your discussion, okay, I want you to think, okay, how can I show Ms. Epperson what I learned from these 3 chapters through this discussion? Okay, so think of it more as showing me what you know, showing off the vocabulary and the terminology from the text. Show me that you watched the video by referring back to the videos. The videos that they include on these are always so beneficial. And I know it's really easy for us to skip over that because, you're busy, you've got work, you've got school, families, you've got a lot going on, but try not to skip over that because those are really cool. So refer back to those in your discussions and your writing. So it's all about showing me what you've learned from the book because that's what this class is all about, right? It's about learning about personality development. So show me what you know from the book. Show me what you've learned from additional academic resources. Show me what you learned from the videos that have been provided for you by addressing the assignment. So that will keep you out of the trench of just writing a journal, okay, which a lot of students get in the habit of doing during the discussions. You just want to write about what it says off of the top of your head, and that makes sense if you're writing a journal. But the point of this class is for you to use the information to complete the assignment, okay? So it's not like just a personal journal. This is an assignment, okay? So you want to show what you know. So let's see. It looks like you have about 3 chapters each week, 2 to 3 chapters each week of reading to be able to use in your discussions and the assignments. Now, if I go back off of the syllabus and I go into week 1, let's see. So week 1, your readings and resources are chapters 1, 2, and 3. And then you have 2 videos to watch: Confessions of a Passionate Introvert, as well as 3 levels of consciousness. So make sure you're reading those chapters, make sure you're watching those videos, and then you're going to use the information you learned to complete the discussion. And you're really fortunate there's only one discussion in this class. So that being said, that's also the only points from the discussion. So you want to make sure, A, you do it on time, because I will take off points anytime something's late. So you can have the best reasons and such, and that's fine. I mean, doctor's notes and all that, that's great, but you know, it's an online class, so you will need to make sure you get everything done on time, since you have an entire week to do the assignment, because if you're late on your first post, or you're late on your 2 posts for the other students, that makes it hard for everyone else in the class too. So, because if everyone posted that for initial thing, your initial post like 2 to 3 days later, that makes it really hard for other students to respond to 2 more students. Okay, so in order to be fair to your classmates and each other, make sure you're getting everything turned in on time. So the discussion for week 1 says, after examining this week's reading assignment, write a brief summary of who you are today as a result of your experiences and your culture. Analyze what you would have changed if you could have, and how that change would make you different today. Include in your discussion at least one concept you learned that took place as a result of this week's information. Okay, so I want to see, according to the author of the text, blah, 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 or in the textbook, I read that this personality, blah, 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 and I think that might have something to do with my past or whatever like that. So include the textbook, include the terminology, as well as the personal information that they're giving here. Okay, then your assignment is personality development and the Bible. After reviewing the 6 personality theories, select 2 of the 6 personality theories and relate them to 2 of the biblical verses listed below, and that's in your content here. Write a 350-word analysis of what you discovered or learned. Okay, so you're going to be quoting and using references from your textbook regarding the personality theories, and as you are relating them to the Bible. So you're definitely going to want to refer to both of those. Okay. Let's see. Consider the benefits of a free writing consultation before submitting the assignment to your instructor. When you're ready for your instructor to evaluate your work, save your file in the original format to the computer, and then upload into the Dropbox. So yeah, make sure you're using something like Grammarly or the resources that the university provides for you when it comes to proofreading, so that you can go back and edit. Okay, because I do take off for spelling, I do take off for commas being incorrect, and stuff like that. I expect even your discussions to be college level writing. Okay, so you need to make sure you're proofreading them. You need to make sure you have someone else proofread them, and go ahead and use any of those free writing consultations that are available to you, so that you don't lose points needlessly. Okay, and then on the synthesis project, says watch the following video introducing the subject of personality development in 300 words. Discuss and summarize major points of information from this video. In your final synthesis project in week 5, you will include this summary. So each of your synthesis projects will be a part of your final project. So you'll want to make sure that you are working on those in a timely way, okay? On this one, it says your grade will be determined according to the synthesis project weekly rubric. So what I do is I look at the weekly rubric and I take the exact shots from what their rubric is, and that's the content that I'm going to be looking for in your writings, okay? So so make sure you're being thorough and answering all of the questions on the rubric as well as the instructions in the assignment, okay? And then you have your quizzes. Looks like week 1 is 20 question that covers chapters 1, 2, and 3. So make sure you are reading those carefully, all right? All of your assignments, since it's online, day 1 is on Tuesday, so that will be tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day 1. So all of your assignments, and the quiz, the synthesis project, personality development, and the Bible assignment and your quiz are all due on day 7. So that's Mondays. So every Monday by midnight, all of your written assignments are due. As far as the discussion, it says the initial posts are due on day 4. So if you've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday by midnight on Friday is your initial post, okay? Then you're going to respond to 2 other students. It says, an additional perspective to what your peers have presented by expanding and integrating the discussion, refute what the other students presented, challenge the idea or assumption and modify it, or accept the other students' responses to your answers. Explain and justify why you refuted, challenged, or modified, or accepted their ideas. How did what they say help you clarify or expand on your original answers? So if you respond, good post, never thought about that before, thanks for sharing. That's not a response. That's not a refute. That's not giving me information. I want to see in that. I also want to see where you've used the terminology, the vocabulary from the textbook, or additional writings or from the video and such, okay? So even when you're responding to someone else, I still want to see the college level writing with the actual content from the text or the additional resources that are provided, all right? Let's see. So I think that goes over that. So by using that model, that's what I want you to do each week, okay? So each week you'll have your written assignment, you'll have your synthesis, and then you'll have your quiz as well as your discussion where you put your initial post in and then you respond to 2 other students.